Today, we're going to look at the number one prospect coming out of high school. He is recruited or signed by USC. His name is Isaiah Collier out of Marietta, Georgia. We're going to look at some of his game film and discuss what he brings to the table, what his positives and potential negatives are.
Got heat that'll bleach any coat. Shit, my needs are keys to the rose, piece to the hose, piece to the pie, but the piece still grows. Get top on the phone. That's what they say, right? Yeah, get top. Watch out for the red dot when you're popping and wanna set shots up a guy. Ready for anything. Just to my balance and ready for anything. I'm selling everything and get it by any means. I'm not one to start shit. Crabs in a bucket, I'm sending butt shots to the back of the barrel. My passion's apparently packing the crack to the pass in the back of the stairwell. Cause it has met for the tendencies. This not Jay and Nas rap, nah. This not Don rap, nah. This ready for combat, soldier and boss to be.
So we're gonna break this into three parts. We're gonna first look at his shooting. We're gonna look at his defense. And then we're going to look at his passing. So he is known for a point guard, so passing should be his strongest suit. So first off, looking at shooting, the issue I have, if you aren't a very good shooter, you're going to have a real issue if defenses are willing to sag off you creating open lanes for passing. So you got to be a good shooter first to make defenses respect you, and you can punish them when they respect you too much. So the first thing I like is when he gets a rebound, he's always looking to push in transition. That's the first sign of a good passer. Like if you're looking to push in transition, you're going to create good opportunities for you and your teammates. Okay, so that's a great sign. I love that. So he shoots a lot of these mid-range jumpers, which obviously I'm not a huge fan of, as just they're a low efficiency shot by and large. And it's really hard to get high school stats in general. So we don't really know what his three-point shooting percentage is or is going to be. On Max Preps, it says like 40%, but it just has his freshman year, so it's not super conclusive one way or the other. Obviously, he's shooting difficult threes like this, so and the coach allows him to shoot it, so he must hit them at least somewhat. I don't know entirely for sure. It's definitely somewhat of a gray area, but he didn't shoot super well in the games I watched. Moving on to defense then. On film, he definitely didn't stand out to me as a super high energy defender. That being said, he was ball aware, and especially one pass away he was aware, but he made some mistakes. Like this is a good example of it, fouling a three-point shooter when he was out of position. And I think he'll end up being something of a net neutral on defense. So then the good stuff is onto the passing. So again, as I said earlier, he's looking to pass in transition. The biggest thing I think that good passing is you're not always passing to get an assist, but you're passing to create an advantage. So he makes a lot of these really simple passes to try and create a small advantage for his teammates. These passes, while not super flashy, are effective in giving his team better opportunities to score, which I think is a valuable skill set that I think gets underrepresented. But not only this, he does possess the ability to make these higher level passes, where he understands where the openings are that he created and how to get tough passes through semi-narrow windows. So on this drive to the baseline, he actually has to read the opposite side defenders, and you see this is a pass that like Luka makes in the NBA quite a bit, where you have to read where the help is coming from and whether the help is taking the bottom offensive player or the more wing level offensive player. So he makes this into a more difficult pass. If we can slow down here, we see he probably has the drop off to the post open because the defender is gambling and not actually taking away the post. So he makes it more complicated, but this does show that he understands where the potential reads are, which is good. And then obviously if USC can make the execution a little bit better, then that's going to be even better. And he also understands on this curl right here where the help came from. So he understands that this defender came off of this man, and so this guy is now open because he's on me. And he snaps the pass back. Obviously it leads to a turnover, but the right idea is behind the pass. But that being fully said, he's not infallible. He anticipates a screen working here in a moment, and the screen ends up, the defender gets on the outside of the screen, so he throws it as a right turnover to him. And that'll happen with young players. It's just the reality of kind of the maturing process. So in conclusion, I do think his shooting is somewhat of a mystery. I think his defense will be somewhat in the middle range, neither a net positive or net negative. But I think his passing is going to be very good, and that I look forward to seeing the most.